Hello, boys and girls. This is day 24's math lesson. The materials needed. You're going to need a quiet place to work, your packet with day 24's pages, and a pencil. Please make sure you have all of these things. And before we continue on, I'm just reminding you that if you need to, you can always click the pause button to stop the video, and you can go back and watch parts over again. So you always have that option if something you think is going too fast, or if you need to listen to something again, you can go back and watch that part again, okay? Okay, so today's objective is that by the end of the lesson, you want to be able to say, I can look at a graph and answer questions about the data points. So what that means is we're going to have a graph that looks something like this, and these are graphs asking kids questions. So they asked the students, like, what was your favorite ice cream is one of them. And so what they did was, for every student who said strawberry, they put a tally mark like this. So 3 students, for example. And then we'll do like vanilla, and we'll say 5 students, and then chocolate. So this is 7. So what looking at the graph and answering the questions means that if I said how many students liked strawberry, you would be able to look at this and say 3. If I asked you how many students liked vanilla, you would be able to look at it and say 5. So that's what this objective means. We can look at this graph here, and then we can answer questions. Another example of a graph, do you remember way back in the beginning of the school year when we were doing our building our reading stamina chart? How at the end of our book bag reading, I would chart on that big paper how many minutes you read? That's another example of a graph. So that graph looks something like this. I can show you quickly. And I did all the bars, and then we would have the minutes. So you had 3 minutes, and then it was like 5 minutes, and then it was even more. And it kept going up and up and up and up. That's another example of a graph. Okay, so for our vocabulary, I'm going to say the word, and then you're going to say the word. Are you ready? Tally marks. Marcas de conteo. Data. Datos. Least. Menos. Total. Total. Now, we've talked about this word before when we were doing our number bonds. And I have this gray bar around it because there's something specific and special about this word. What do you notice about this word in English and in Spanish? Yes, it's spelled the same. The pronunciation is a little bit different, but this word is called a cognate. That means it's the same in English and in Spanish. So our last word is graph. Graph. Gráfico. Alrighty. Here's our math facts. Are you ready? Okay. Again, I'm going to read it, you read it, and answer. Ready? Here we go. 10 minus 1 equals 9. 10 minus 4 equals 6. 10 minus 2 equals 10 minus 2 equals 8. 10 minus 3 equals 7. Downward dog. Go ahead. I'm doing it too. While I'm recording it right now, I'm doing it. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, sit back down. Ready? 12 minus 1 equals 11. 10 minus 5 equals 5. Oh, there's something special about this one because these numbers are the same. What is this called? Doubles. 8 minus 4 equals 4. Oh, look it again. It's a double. 9 minus 6 equals 3. Tree pose. All right, ready? All right, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, here we go. Now we are going to do our number sprint, okay? This one is tricky. You have to pay careful attention. The symbols are not all subtraction and they're not all addition. It switches. So make sure you're looking at the symbol. Tricky, tricky. Okay, don't forget. So, like yesterday, I'm going to go over the last two with you, okay? Because it's one where you have to make both sides equal to each other again. Alrighty, so let's see. First, here we have 11 plus 6 equals 9 minus question mark. So whatever the answer to 11 plus 6 equals, 9 minus the question mark has to equal the same thing. So, here's our job. Let's go. Alright, let's fill in our number bond. 11 plus 6. Let's count on. I'm gonna put 6 dots to help us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17, 11 plus 6 equals 17. So now 19 minus the question mark needs to also equal 17. So we need to get from 19 all the way down to 17. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write my numbers. I'm going to write it down here for you. 19, 18, 17. Here we go. So let's see how many hops down or back do I need to go? Let's see. 1, 2. How many hops did I do? 2. So let's see. 19 minus 2 equals 17. So the number you need to fill in for this box is 2. Okay? All right, this is great. Alrighty, number 30, the last one. Our problem is 19 minus 5 equals, question mark, I don't know, something plus 3. So we have to figure out, what does 19 minus 5 equal? And then we have to make 3 and something equal that same amount. So, let's see. 19 minus 5. I know what I'm going to do for this problem. I'm actually going to split 19 up. I'm going to split it up with a 10 and a 9. Because doing 9 minus 5 is much easier than 19 minus 5. So let's see. 9 minus 5 equals 4. I know that. Now I need to put my 10 back in. So I'm going to do 10 plus 4 equals 14. I'm going to check my work to help show you, okay? Alright, so I'm going to, let's see. I'm actually going to draw my numbers up the top here, because we're going to need a few more. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, and I'm going to put 13 just to make sure. Okay, we need to count back 5. So I'm going to do 5 hops down. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 14. There we go. Okay. So now we need to figure out the question mark plus 3. So we need to get from 14. Our 14 needs to equal this. Our question mark plus 3 here. So let's see. We could start at 3 and count up, but that's going to take a long time. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to switch it to a subtraction problem. I'm going to do 14 minus 3 equals. So let's see. 14, I'm going to count down 3. So 1, 2, 3. 13, 12, 11. So now let's see if that works with this. Let's see. Does this work? 11, 12, 13, 14. It does! Okay. So, our question mark, here we go, is 11, because that makes both sides equal 14. Alright, now you're going to pause the video, and you're going to do your number sprint problems, okay? Go ahead, press pause. Alright, great work, guys. So now we're going to move on, and we're going to do a nice yoga pose to stretch it out because we just did a lot of work and we've been sitting for a long time. So, warrior 1, please, stand on up. Very good. Now let's count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, good job. Take a deep breath in and blow it out. Good. This helps us refocus after working so hard. So now we're going to talk about something called tally marks. So tally marks are used when you're counting. A lot of times people use them when they're keeping score or if they're counting a big number, because it's easy to look back at and see how many there are quickly. So something special about tally marks is you just use a line, like you just draw a line like this for each one. So say you were looking at, I don't know, you were counting how many birds flew by your window. So let's say, I'm just going to pick a number. 4 birds flew by your window. So what you would do is you would draw 4 lines like this. Okay? So that's all that tally marks are. But there's something special about tally marks. When you get to 5, we do not do the last line like this. We do the 4 lines and then we cross them to make a group of 5. And then you would continue on. 6, 7, 8. Okay? So I'm going to do a couple more examples just to show you so you know. All right, let's see. My new number is going to be 7. Okay? So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to count while I'm making my tally marks, but I can't forget when I get to 5, I have to cross it. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, cross 5, 6, 7. So now when I look at it, I can go When I look at it, I can go 5, 6, 7. Nice and fast counting. Let's try another one. Let's do 10. Here we go. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, cross on 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. What do you think I do for 10? Cross. So now it's kind of like counting by 5s. We can go 5, 10. All right. So these are called tally marks. The most important thing to know about tally marks is that when you get to the number 5, you cross it. Alrighty, here we go. Here's our next example. So this is going to practice looking at the data like I talked about earlier. So we have all these smiley face and hearts over here. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about these hearts and smiley faces, okay? All right. So my first question is, how many smiley faces are there? So I want you to count how many smiley faces that are on this side right now. Go ahead. Count them. How many are there? 6, right. So I'm going to write the number 6. Now I'm going to write it using tally marks so we can practice as well. Here we go. Ready? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cross at 5, 6. Perfect. Here we go. Okay. Next question. How many hearts are there? Ooh, all right. Count how many hearts. How many hearts are in that blue box here? How many hearts? 4. Fabulous. Okay, again, I'm going to do it with my tally marks as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't have to cross. There's only 4. All right, let's see. Last question. How many more smiley faces are there than hearts? Okay, so we can do this a couple of different ways. The first way I'm going to show you is to pair up a smiley face and a heart, like so. Okay, so how many smiley faces do not have a partner? 2. Great. Another way to do this that's a little faster, because we don't have to go and circle them all, is to do a subtraction problem. And this is what it would look like. It's going to be smiley faces. Oh, that's not a very good smiley face. Let me do that again. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Oh, much better. Smiley faces minus the hearts. So how many smiley faces did we say there are again? 6. So I'm going to do 6 minus how many hearts? 4. What's 6 minus 4? 2. Very good. All right. Problem set. Here is your worksheet. Get your worksheet ready. You should see lots of little ice creams and a chart with our tally marks here. Make sure you have the right one. Alrighty, here we go. You ready? Ready? All right. Directions. Students were asked their favorite ice cream flavor. Okay, so they asked the students, they said, what is your favorite ice cream? Then it says, use the data below to answer the questions. So here were the ice cream flavors that they picked. They picked from chocolate, strawberry, and cookie dough. Those were their 3 options, okay? So each of these little tally marks here represents one student, okay? So each line is presenting a student. So if I were to ask you what's your favorite ice cream, I would have put a little line next to whatever the flavor was. Okay? So, let's read problem number 1. Oh, I just covered up some of the words, sorry. There we go. It says, fill in the blanks in the table by writing the number of students who voted for each flavor. That's this part on the end of the graph. Do you see it? Okay, so what we have to do is we have to count how many tally marks. So let's see, how many kids liked chocolate ice cream? How many tally marks are there? Count each line. There are 4. Very good. Okay. Next part is strawberry ice cream. Count how many students like strawberry ice cream. 3. Very good. That goes right here. All right. Ooh, cookie dough. There's a lot of cookie dough. I myself like cookie dough as well. All right. Ooh, I see there's a cross line. What does that mean? When they cross it, that means it's 5. So, first I want you to count each individual line. There are 10. Now I want you to do it by 5s. This is a 5, and then this is 10. Oh, you guys are so good. Okay. Question 2. The question says, how many students chose cookie dough as the flavor they like best? So, what you need to do is, we got to look at cookie dough. So we're going to find the picture of cookie dough here. I'm so sorry. I'm not sure why there's a picture of the chocolate ice cream there. That is my mistake. I'm sorry about that, boys and girls. That should have the cookie dough picture that I'm circling here. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so, because it does say cookie dough right there, Miss Nicole mixed that up. I'm very sorry. Alrighty, so how many students chose cookie dough? So let's see. Let's look. How many? 10. So write 10 students on that little line. Alright, next. Okay, so let's see. Number 3. The question is, what is the total number of students who like chocolate or strawberry the best? So what we have to do is we have to add the chocolate ice cream and the strawberry ice cream together. So how many chocolate ice creams are there? 4. So we're going to write 4 plus strawberry. How many strawberries? 3. Now you're going to find how many that is altogether. Go ahead, solve that. We can start at 4 and count on. 4, 5, 6, 7. And our answer goes on the line. Very good, boys and girls. Excellent. All right. Here we go. Problem number 4. Don't forget, if I'm going too fast, you can pause it and go back. Okay? Question 4. Which flavor received the least amount of votes? What does that word mean? Least. What is that? Least is like the smallest. So which ice cream has the smallest number of students? Is 10 the smallest number? Is 3 the smallest number? Or is 4 the smallest number? 3. So that means that 3 is the least. But this question wants to know what flavor. So we have to actually write the flavor. I kind of ran out of room on my line. Hold on one second. Let me fix that for you. So I can show you. There we go. All right. So strawberry. That word is right here. This is tricky. I'm writing it with my finger on my iPad. This is tricky. Okay, strawberry. And then I also want you to write the number 3 next to it, so we know that 3 is the least. Strawberry had the least amount of votes. It had the smallest number of votes. Very good. All right, here you are. Now you need to solve problems 4. Sorry, we just did 4. 5, 6, and 7. I'm going to read them to you, okay? And then when I'm done reading, I'm going to tell you to pause it. But let me read all the problems first so you know. Number 5. What is the total number of students who liked cookie dough or chocolate the best? So that's just like number 3 that we did up here. Okay, number 6. Which 2 flavors were liked by a total of 7 students? Total is a hint. Hint. They're giving us a math clue. Total means the whole amount. So we need to figure out which 2 flavors equals is the total of 7. So you need to find out what and what makes 7. You have 3, 4, and 10. Which numbers make 7 when you put them together? That's your hint for that one. Okay. Last, number 7. Write an addition sentence that shows how many students voted for their favorite ice cream flavor. So you're going to take each ice cream flavor and you're going to fill it in here and find the total amount. Okay, now you may press pause. Okay, last page. Here we go. So, directions. Each student in this class added a sticky note to show his or her favorite kind of pet. Use the graph to answer the questions. So, they used a little smiley face like the one up here to show each student. You need to count how many students voted for dog, how many for fish, how many for cat. And then we need to answer these 3 questions. How many students chose dog or cats as their favorite pet? How many more students chose dogs as their favorite pet than cats? And how many more students chose cats than fish? So, once you fill in all of your answers, please take a picture and send to Miss Nicole in your portfolio. Great job, guys!